Okay, welcome everybody to the second tip of preparing for the IELTS test. The second tip is to know the test. Just the knowledge of English is not enough to score a good band in the IELTS, but also we need to know what exactly is asked in the speaking, writing, listening and reading part of the IELTS. So knowing the test is very, very important. Without knowing the test, we cannot actually prepare well for the text, and also all the actions that we do in order to prepare for the test should be based on our knowledge about the test. What are you expected by the examiner in the speaking test, and what are you expected and how are you expected to write the answers in your writing tasks, and how are you supposed to perform, and what skills do you need to give the answers for the reading test and also the listening test. Let me explain that in another way. If you consider your total IELTS preparation as 4 main categories, knowing the test is one of them. First of all, you need to know what the test involves, and that's the first one. And then only you can go ahead and start your preparation for the test. And it mainly involves gaining all the knowledge that is necessary to prepare for the exam, like improving your vocabulary, your pronunciation, etc. Learning the things you don't know. And that leads you to the next one, which is about practicing a lot before you give your IELTS test. Now, what's the difference between preparation and practice? Well, in the phase of preparation, you normally practice for the exam. You learn things. But in practice section, you practice with previously asked questions, you listen and repeat and then check the answers, and you speak with your friends, you speak and get it corrected, you write essays and then you get it corrected, etc. And finally, this is one of the most important points of all, and that's never lose hope. Now, maybe you have already taken the IELTS before, or maybe you're going to take the test for the first time. Either way, many candidates say that if they don't get the desired score, let's say 6.5 or 7, individual 7 or individual 6.5 or whatever it is. I know many candidates who have attempted and they have not been able to get the score they really wanted, and they become really disappointed. So remember that this is a test, it's not your final score. If you try to prepare again and do enough practice and know what is expected from the test, you can actually improve your score in the next attempt. If you prepare enough, if you know the test again and learn more about the test, you might have missed something very relevant that actually caused some problems in the last attempt of the IELTS exam. So know the exam very well, and then you prepare about where you are now at the moment. Where is your vocabulary now? What is your awareness regarding the tenses, grammar and other elements of speaking and writing skills, and where you want to be. So when you know where you are now and when you know where you want to be, now it's only the work of filling the gap. Let's talk about speaking, for example. These are the 4 criteria that are assessed in your speaking: grammar and vocabulary, pronunciation and fluency. If your grammar is at band 5 level and your vocabulary is almost 6, you know a lot of words, for example, and then you are a little bit weak in pronouncing words, for example, that's 4.5. Now all these are examples. And let's say you have almost 5 band in fluency. So the total score will be divided by 4 and the overall will be 5. So when you understand the current level of your speaking, now of course this is a sample, when you understand the current level of your speaking, you know where you are now, and then let's say if you want a 7 band in your speaking, then probably you already know some of the areas in your speaking skills which need to be developed. If you know where you are now and where you want to go, and in other words, if you kind of know what band would you get now and what band you want to have after the test, then you can prepare well for the test, and then do a lot of practice tests and finally you can get the desired score.